Àṣẹ̀dá ayé ìbà, ìbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, ìbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé ìbà. Àdáṣe ní hun ìbà ò gbọ́dọ̀ hun ènìyàn. Ewúrẹ́ tó wọlé tí òjúbà ló dẹran àmúso. Àgùntàn tó wọlé tí òjúbà ló dẹran àmúso. Èmi wọlé mojúbà lénìí. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi Ọ̀pàkẹ́ Àlàkẹ́ àṣebà. Ẹ̀yin arógbá ṣọmọ balẹ̀. As you join, let me know where you are streaming from. Let me know where you are streaming from today as you join the live streaming. Let me know where you are streaming from today. Let me know where you are streaming from as you join. Click on the tap on your screen. Tap on your screen and keep liking. Thank you so much. Mr. Mike, Ojumore, Ojumoayo, thank you so much for joining. Let me know where you are streaming from as you join. Keep tapping on your screen. And welcome to another episode of ÌŞẸΕШE for today. Welcome to another episode of ÌŞԵΕШE for today. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ifá ó bá mi ṣe, kí Elédùmarè ó bá mi ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn, kó bá wa ṣe. Mo ní kí Ifá ó bá mi ṣe, kí Elédùmarè ó bá mi ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn, kó bá wa ṣe. Ifá ó bá mi ṣe, kí Elédùmarè ó bá Ọ̀sá, good morning. Good morning. Where are you streaming from? Grand Rising, Àbọrú, Àbọyè. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know where you are streaming from as you join. This is another episode of ÌŞԵΕШE for today, and this is episode 6 of our season 2 for ԻŞԵΕШE for today. This is the Ifá TikTok channel and Iyanifa Ewa TV on YouTube, where we share the daily essay Ifá. We dive into the Odù Ifá for each day. If you are joining for the first time, I am your host, Iyanifa Ewa, the founder of Ifá Collect. Thank you very much, Osas, for joining from Germany. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Mr. Mike, I can see you. Thank you very much. Saka Al Mustafa, Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you very much for joining. Halim Flood on YouTube, thank you very much for joining today. So every day at the same time, 6 a.m. Nigerian time and 1 a.m. on the EST, we delve into the Odù Ifá for each day. Ayomide, thank you for joining. Is that Miss Zion Lion? Thank you for joining. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you for tapping. Keep tapping on your screen. Keep liking. Keep sharing. Yesterday, we delved into another Odù Ifá. Who can remember the Odù Ifá that we shared yesterday? Bukola, Ojúmọ́-ire o, Ojúmọ́-ayọ̀ o, Ojúmọ́-ìdùnnú, Ojúmọ́-àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa o, níbi gbogbo tá a bá ti ń gbọ́ wa. Today is the break of a new dawn. This new day is going to deliver to us the blessings, the goodness, the greatness, the abundance that is in it. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. The orishas that is assigned for today. Èní ni ọ̀sẹ̀ Ẹgbẹ́, èní ni ọ̀sẹ̀ Ṣàn, èní ni ọ̀sẹ̀ Ògún. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń gbọ́sẹ̀ fún lẹ́yìn. They will be here with us today to give us the blessings of this day. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tá a bá ti ń gbọ́ wa, níbi gbogbo tá a bá ti ń rí wa, níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi, ire gbogbo ló máa jẹ́ tiwa o. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Goodness and blessings is going to be ours today. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Mo ṣe Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ o. Today is episode 6 of ÌŞΕΕШE for today's season 2. Yesterday we delved into another Odù Ifá. We talked about an essay Ifá yesterday, and we are delving into another one today. For those of you that are joining for the first time, what is Odù Ifá? Odù Ifá ni ohùn ẹnu Olódùmarè. Odù Ifá is the voice of Olódùmarè. Literally the words out of the mouth of Olódùmarè. Olódùmarè is the divine and supreme being. Okay, so think of it as a manufacturer that has created so many things. Think of it as a manufacturing company that has refrigerator, air conditions, televisions, cars, all sorts of electronics, and they have put out a manual for each one of those electronics to say, as you go out into the world of humans where you are going to be used, this is the manual for you to serve that purpose. So as every electronic item or gadget is leaving that factory, it goes with a manual. Okay, as against what religion tells us. Religion tells us that there is a general manual that every electronic device goes with. But think about it, does that make sense? No. You cannot have, a company like LG cannot have a general manual for every item that leaves their factory. No. The way their refrigerator functions is different from the way their telephone gadgets, cell phones will function. It's different from the way the air conditioners will function. So even the air conditioners, you still have different specifications under it. Just like you have the phone companies, you have one series of phone with a certain number attached to it. The next series, there might just be a slight difference, but even in that slight difference, there is still a difference. So Olodumare, the divine and supreme being, has given an entire manual for every one of us. I mean every single person. That manual for you is there. Individual manual for you to walk through life, saying, I created you for this purpose. You are coming here to earth for this purpose. Here is a manual as to how to walk. Here is a manual as to how to fulfill that path that you are going. Jane Ojumore, thank you so much. So as we delve into the Odù Ifá, we read through the manual to guide this life. So we read through a situation where, oh, just in case this happens, what do we do? How do we avoid this? So as you are going through a manual, it says, oh, this is how to connect this wire with this wire and make it, and make the light come on. In case there is a red light blinking, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you do to avoid it. Don't put it into water. Don't put it into a temperature that is this. Keep out of the reach of children. All of those things are the instructions that a manufacturer will definitely put out. Okay? And like I said, specific instructions. So the Odù Ifá gives us specific instructions about our lives. Now, for centuries, Ifá has been kept. Ifá has been kept as the words of Olodumare, as our guidance and universal knowledge. But speaking in 2025, remember that Ifá is pre-recorded information that has been recorded centuries ago. So how do you bring that information into 2025 and it still makes sense? Take for instance, there is a book on chemistry of physics that was written in 1700. Now, there are lots of improvement and advancement that has taken place in the world of physics and chemistry since then till now. So most of those books will not be relevant today, right? So why can we say that the Odù Ifás had been relevant since centuries ago and they are still relevant today? Because you see, this life is just a circle. We are just recycling it. You are just recycling the same thing. One. Two, because the Odù Ifá contains the entire universal knowledge. So you see that part that we have not experienced yet, that we are going to experience in, say, 40, 50, 60 years time, it's already contained in the Odù Ifá. By the time you read it in 60 years time, then it will make sense. Oh, okay, this was what that Ifá was speaking about. I like to make reference to the video of Professor Sophie Oluwole. By the way, she's the first female professor of philosophy in Nigeria, okay? And she has passed on to join her ancestors at the time of recording this video. But one of her videos went viral where she mentioned that the latest discovery of physics at the time she recorded that video, which is particle physics, is actually present in Ifá. So think about it. An entire century ago, particle physics was not even a thing. Nobody had started talking about particle physics, but it was in the Odù Ifá. And if somebody had read it then, the person wouldn't have read particle physics. You understand? But then we came into that year and they discovered this and it's already there. That's exactly how the Odù Ifá works. Is that okay? So the information that comes in, that comes out from it, is an information that is relevant for every time, because the being that put out the information already know what life is about, the entirety of life in the fullness of it. Thank you so much. Those of you on TikTok, our flash goal for today is 8 gifters to send the heart me to this life. The heart me is that heart that gives you the join my fan club. Yeah, 8 people. Bukola, thank you so much for that, Rose. But the flash gift is the heart me. The flash gift is the heart me. So we need, yeah, Antilande Eshepupo. Yeah, that one that shows join my fan club, that particular one. That's the flash goal for today. Thank you so much. Ajiaba Busio. So we have Atilande has dropped one, so we need 7 more people with that heart me. Bukola, thank you so much for that. So Eshegoni. No, so we are delving into another Odù Ifá for today. But before we go in, I see that some people were here yesterday and they're here today. Please, can you remind me the essay Ifá that we delved into yesterday? What was the Odù Ifá? The Odù Ifá that we delved into yesterday. Who can remember the Odù Ifá that we treated yesterday? Like I told you, it is not enough to just join this live streaming. More than that, you need to remember, recall everything that you are being taught, so that you can use it for your everyday life, because that's the ultimate goal. Thank you so much, Jane. Is Odù Ifá Ọ̀bàrà Méjì. Odù Ifá Ọ̀bàrà Méjì. That was the Odù Ifá we delved into yesterday. Abby, thank you for that. Odù Ifá Ọ̀bàrà Méjì. So today we'll be delving into another Odù Ifá, another Ẹsẹ̀ Ifá, and I'll be using the manuscript of the Sacred Ifá text that the Ifá College is putting together. The Sacred Ifá text, I know you have seen a lot of books out there. Emeka, thank you so much for joining us. Grand Rising, how are you doing? Thank you for joining our share for today on YouTube. I know we have seen a lot of books outside, that talks about Odù Ifá, the complete 266, 56 Odù Ifá in Yoruba. A couple of them have also been translated into English, but that's pretty much where it stops right now. Beyond that, Ifá College has dedicated herself to the teaching of the undiluted, unwatered down truth about Ifá and Ìṣẹ̀ṣe. More than that, helping you to be able to apply that knowledge in your everyday life. Because if you are not able to apply that knowledge in your everyday life, it just becomes another poem and another story. It will sound like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what you are. Yes, we can all recite it, but at the end of the day, what does that do for me? Reality, thank you so much for helping us meet our life goal. Heart Me is a live goal on TikTok today. 3 people already, we need 8 more people. Meeting that live goal is telling the algorithm that this is good content and they should push it out to more and more people. That is your own way of spreading the teaching of Ifá and helping more and more people to access the undiluted, unwatered down truth about who they are, about their culture, their tradition, and their person. Eshe Pupo, we need 4 more people. So like I was saying, if you just read the Odù Ifá and you cannot apply it to your everyday life, it sounds like a poem. My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. That's just what it sounds like. And at the end of the day, how does that help you? In no way at all. So this is what we would, this is the reason that Ifá College has made it possible by not only interpreting the Odù Ifás, but making it in such a way that you can apply it to your everyday life. Is that okay? Making it in such a way that you can apply it to your everyday life. So that you can apply it to your everyday life. That is the reason Ifá College is doing that. So you will not only be able to apply that, you will not only be able to read it, you would also be able to apply it to your everyday life. Every aspect of your life, you bring the Odù Ifá and it would function for you. It will be useful for you in everything that you do. In your finances, in your marital life, in everything that you do. It will function for you and it will be useful for you. That is why we are putting this together. So since we started this season 2, I have been reading from the manuscript of the Ashe for today's sacred text of Ifa. Mr. Mike, thank you so much for that gift. So we need 3 more people to give us the heart me so that we can meet that goal. Now, before we delve into the teaching of the Odù Ifá, let's make our Iba. Iba is how we pay homage to the powers that be, to those that has made it possible for us to see this day. That is how we pay homage. Akodaye Asheba, Asheba Sheda, Asheba ti wáyé ọjọ́, Asheba ti wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣeun. Adániwáyé Asheba, ọba tí ń fọba jẹ́ Asheba. Kábíyèsí, kábíyèsí, òrànmọ oníṣẹ́ fàyà tí Asheba. Aṣẹ̀dá, amẹ̀dá, awẹ̀dá, elétí gbárùyé ẹ̀dá Asheba. Ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títí ayérayé Asheba. Ọba tó jẹ́ kí ojúmọ́ tún mọ́ lénìí Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣeun. Òrànmọ oníṣẹ́ fàyà tí ọba tí ń migbó kìjikìji Asheba. Elédùmarè ọba tó fi gbogbo àgbálá ayé yìí tó fi ṣe àpótí ìtìsẹ̀ rẹ̀ Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣeun. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi arógbáṣọ má balẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mú Asheba yín o, aníkíbà wá ṣe. Asheba olúbíkin ọ̀sán yìí bíkin Asheba àjàgùnmàlè olúwo òdì ọ̀run Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣeun. Gbogbo òrìṣà tá à ń gbọ́sẹ̀ fún lẹ́yìn Asheba. Èní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ifá, èní lọ̀sẹ̀ Ògún àti ọ̀sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́. Aṣemúsòmúsò ẹgbẹ́, aṣe ẹgbẹ́ àkíkà, ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣeun. Ògún láká ayé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, olómi nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀, ọ̀láṣọ nílé fìmọ̀fìmọ̀ bora Asheba. Ògún tó lànà falára, ògún tó lànà fàjèrò Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣeun. Ògún láká ayé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, a ní kó wá fún wa lẹ́yọ̀nù ẹ̀yìn, kó wá gbè wá lẹ́yìn, kó lànà fún wa, kó tì wá lẹ́yìn ni. Ìjọ tó bá ń fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ aráyé pa títì láró, káwa má bá wọn ràrìn fẹsẹ̀ sí níjọ́ yẹn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ògún, a ní kó dúró tì wá, a ní kó sọlé wá dilé, kó sọnà wá di ọ̀nà tó máa pamọ́, ọ̀nà tó máa là lọ́tún àti lósì láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Òun ni kó fi ṣe tiwa. Ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run, ẹ dúró tì wá, ẹ ró tì wá, ẹ bá wa ṣe, ẹ kún wa lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a wá ṣe nílé ayé yìí, orí tá a yàn, ìpín tá a yàn. Ẹgbẹ́ ayé, ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run, àníkẹ́ wá bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣẹ pé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Asheba àwọn Aláṣẹkù, àwọn tó ṣàwó kò sẹ́yìn, àwọn tó pẹ̀lú ìdó, àwọn tó bá wa ṣe awo, àwọn tó gbélẹ̀ fún wa, àwọn tó ní ká máa ṣe. Asheba yín o, aníkíbà wá ṣe. Asheba orí, Asheba ẹlẹ́dà, orí wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dẹ̀, ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Asheba bàbá àtìyá tó ṣọlọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá sáyé, àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú wa, àwọn tó ti rí àgbáre Asheba yín o. Gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Iyanifa bàbá lóríṣà, ìyá lóríṣà Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ajíbọ́lá mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ ọ̀rà, mo ṣe bá ẹdán, mo ṣe bá Ajíbọ́lá, mo ṣe bá ìyá mi onílé, mo ṣe bá mo ní kíbà mi ṣe o. Gbogbo olúwo, gbogbo ìyá àbíyè, gbogbo apèmọ̀, gbogbo balógun, gbogbo lísà, láti òkè dé òkè láì dápá kan sí ni mo ṣe bá mo ní kíbà wá ṣe o. A tún ti wá bọ́ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá lẹ́yìn, àṣeyé ìpa Ifá, àṣeyé ìpa òrìṣà, àṣeyé ìpa eki. Ifá orí mi rèé o, Ifá olókun asọ̀rọ̀ dayọ̀. Ẹ wá sọ̀rọ̀ èmi àti àwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi lẹ́yìn, ẹ wá sọ̀rọ̀ wa dayọ̀. Nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tí wọn ò bá wà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, kífá wá sọ̀rọ̀ wa dayọ̀. Ifá afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé wá fọ̀nà hàn wá lẹ́nu láàárín aginjù ayé tí àwọn ọmọ ayé ti rò pé wọ́n san wá sí. Kífá ṣe ọ̀nà fún yín láti jáde níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kífá bá yín ṣe ọ̀nà, kífá ṣe atọ́nà yín ní gbogbo ibi tá a bá ti pàdé ara wa, ní gbogbo ibi tá a bá rò pa á mọ́. Kífá ṣe atọ́nà wa kúrò nínú ibẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bá a ṣe ń fetí ọ̀tún gbọ́, kò ní gba ti kejì jáde o. Ọ̀rọ̀ máa dénú wa, á dodindi, á di àmúṣẹ nínú ayé wa. Gbogbo ire, gbogbo ayọ̀, gbogbo ọlá, gbogbo ọlà tó wà nínú Odù Ifá tá a fẹ́ gbé yẹ̀wò lẹ́nu, òun ló máa di tiwa o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bá a ṣe ń gbẹ́bọ, àwọn tá à ń gbẹ́bọ fún wọn á gbà á ju wá ṣe o. Ó ti ju àwọn ará wájú ṣe, ó gbè wọ́n, òun làwa náà ṣe ń gbé. Ifá gbè wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn Aláṣẹkù á gbè wá. Ifá bá wa ṣe, Elédùmarè á bá wa ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn wọ́n á bá wa ṣe àṣẹ. Today we are delving into Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. Òfún Méjì. Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. We still need 3 more people for our live goal on TikTok. Heart Me is the gift goal. 3 more gifters, 3 more different people that haven't added the Heart Me. The Heart Me is that you'll see it in your gift gallery. It's called Heart Me. All right. Eshe Pupo. Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. Tọ́pẹ́ Fúnmi, thank you so much. 2 more people and we're good. Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. Who knows the code for Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì? Òfún Méjì. Who knows the code for Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì? Pretty Kali. Eshe Pupo. Adupe. Adupe. We need one more person. One more person. While we wait for somebody to type out the code for Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. Golden Light, Eshe Pupo, Adupe, Eshe Goni. Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. Who is going to write out the code for Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì? Olufola, Eshe Goni. Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì is 2121. Remember that the Odù Ifás have binary codes, okay? Just like you have code in your programming, Odù Ifá has codes. Òfún Méjì, Èwo ni nínú ẹ̀, Mr. Mike, please, can you confirm the figures you just put out for Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì? Auntie Lande, please confirm the figure. Ká lè mọ ìta máa pè síta. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Okay, so Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì, reading from the manuscript of the Sacred Ifá text, we are reading Ẹsẹ̀ Kínní. This is the first essay. Wọ́n ní bọ́jà bá tú akólórí pàtẹ́pàtẹ́, akàwọn àgbà ṣáńkó ṣáńkó lọ́jà, adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà, bàbá ń lọ rèé fojú kodù, ẹbọ làwo ní kó mú ṣe, mo mú ojú kodù mo ríre, èmi fojú kodù, èmi ò kú mọ́, mo fojú kodù mo ríre, àwa fojú bodù aríre, àfojú bodù aríre, àfojú bodù a ò kú mọ́, àfojú bodù aríre. If you have heard that song before, this is where it was taken from. Let me read it again in Yoruba. Wọ́n ní bọ́jà bá tú akólórí pàtẹ́pàtẹ́, akàwọn àgbà ṣáńkó ṣáńkó lọ́jà, adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà, bàbá ń lọ rèé fojú kodù, ẹbọ làwo ní kó mú ṣe, mo mójú kodù mo ríre, èmi fojú kodù èmi ò kú mọ́, mo mójú kodù mo ríre. Let's read that in English. Eshe Pupo, 2121. Okay, let me see what we have here. Okay, that was Obara Meji. Okay, so Odù Ifá 2121, 2121. That is Odù Ifá Òfún. Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì is the 15th Odù in the unalterable order that Ọ̀rúnmìlà gave us the first 16 Odùs. Àwọn ojú odù mẹ́rìndínlógún, number 15, mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún, òun ni Òfún Méjì bọ́ sí. English says, when the market scatters, only the leaders remain seated firmly. Only the spiritual elders will remain in the market. Ifá was cast for Ọ̀rúnmìlà, the father who was going to behold Odù with his eyes. I would explain what that part means. He was told to offer ẹbọ, sacrifice. I have set my eyes on Odù, I found goodness. When I beheld the Odù, death no longer touches me. I set my eyes on Odù, I found goodness. I set my eyes on Odù, I found goodness. Now, when you say we set our eyes on Odù, what does that mean? Let me celebrate one of our fans, Golden Lights. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Modupeo. Usually she's on YouTube, but she comes from YouTube. When we have a live goal to meet on TikTok, she comes on YouTube, from YouTube to TikTok to help us meet our live goal. Golden Light, Eshe Pupo, thank you for the support all the way to this point. If I be àwọn Aláṣẹkù á gbé your ancestors will support you, your Ẹgbẹ́ will support you, Ifá will support you, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. So he says here that when the market scatters, it's only the leaders that remain seated. Only the spiritual mothers that remain in the market. Wọ́n ní àkàwọn àgbà ṣáńkó ṣáńkó lọ́jà, àwọn ìyá mi nìyẹn o. Àwọn ìyá mi ló ń pè ní àwọn àgbà ṣáńkó ṣáńkó. Shanko Shanko in Yoruba is used to describe short people, okay? And when you are describing àwọn yami, they are usually described as short people. They are the owners of the market. Àwọn ní pate pate. They are the ones that go to the market before you get there. They are the ones that are seated in the four corners of the market watching. Because the physical market that we have is just a little replica of life itself. Ayé lọ́jà, ọjà tá wà yìí ayé ni. Dr. Yomi on YouTube. Mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè yín o, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Golden Light, mo dúpẹ́, ẹ ṣé. So they are seated there. The market is like a glimpse into the entire human life, because the entire human life is a marketplace. This world is a marketplace. This universe as we know it is a marketplace. So just like I always tell you that there are things you see and things that you don't see. Even in this scientific realm, there are things you don't see. You cannot see oxygen or nitrogen or carbon dioxide with your human eyes. The same way, as you are moving through this marketplace of life, you cannot see certain spirits that are there. They are there. As you move through life every day, acknowledge them. They said even when the market scatters and there is nobody there again, there are still some people there that don't leave. They are always there. Recognize them. Àwọn dẹ̀ ni àwọn àgbààgbà, àwọn àgbà ṣáńkó ṣáńkó, àwọn ìyá. Lately, we have been speaking a lot about them. On Sunday, I spoke extensively about them. Again, if you didn't see that video, head over to the YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. Go to the search bar and search it, and you will find it. You will find that video there. It was live streamed on Sunday, where I talked about àwọn yami. If you scroll down further, you will find the video where I explained àwọn ajogun, àwọn yami and issue. They are there, constantly there. You have to, in everything you do, take cognizance of them, recognize them, give them their homage, give them their space, give them their honor. I made a divination for a client yesterday, and in the divination, Osa was part of his Odus for that particular divination. And he was asking me, that was the first time I was making a divination for him. He's a new client that came in through one of our live streamings. And then he said, oh, why is it that every time he's always asked to give it to àwọn yami, to àwọn àgbàlagbà? Why? In fact, he said that this time around, he wanted to give a whole goat. And he hopes that this is it. This is the final one. And I smiled. I said, may it not be the final one you are going to give Iyami. Because the day it becomes the final one, it is assumed that that day the person has become unalive. The person is no longer on this plane. Because if you are still on this plane and part of this human life, may that not be the last one. Because you are expected to give a tutu to them regularly. Benny. You are expected to give it to them regularly. So if you are somebody that has been fortunate, that's what I would call it, that has been favored, that every time you make an Ifa divination, àwọn yami shows up to request that you feed them through a tutu, you are favored, you are lucky, you are blessed. Let me just say that. And if it doesn't show up for you, you be proactive and make it a point of duty to give it to them regularly. Àwọn ló láyé, àwọn nílẹ̀, àwọn ló ń fàyè gbàyàn. You know, when a girl is getting married in Yoruba land, one of the prayers they pray for her, the wúre they make for her is àyè á gbà ẹ́ níbi tó ń lọ, wọ́n á fàyè gbà ẹ́ níbẹ̀. Meaning that as you step into your husband's house, may there be space for you to move around. May they welcome you. They will not choke you up and box you up in one place where you're walking on eggshells. May they allow you space to live your life the way you want to. Nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ pé wọ́n fàyè gbàyàn nìyẹn. That is the same ìwúre that we make to àwọn ìyá mi pé kán fàyè gbà wá nílé ayé. They should allow us freedom to succeed, to move back and forth in life, you know, left and right, and just enjoy life to the fullest. Is that okay? That is very important. So if you have not been giving it to them, I'm repeating it again. I'm not sure why this has been coming repeatedly, but if anything, it is to improve the quality of your life. So no matter how empty you think the market is, no matter how empty you think the world is, Ifá says here, Ifá says, "A kó àwọn àgbà ṣánkó lọ́jà, ìyẹn bọ́jà bá tiẹ̀ tú." If the market is empty, if everything scatters, you can imagine what will happen for a marketplace to scatter and everybody is running helter-skelter, ọjà dahoro, everybody has gone. It will still remain these people, they are still there. Nothing can shake them, nothing takes them away. Whatever it is that is scattering the market does not move around Yami 1 inch. They are there, they are always there. So recognize them irrespective of where you turn to. Thank you very much, Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike posted the WhatsApp number. The number that I pinned on your screen, posted by Mike, is my WhatsApp number in case you need to send a message. And if you're on YouTube, the contact and the links that you need is in the description box below. Please, let me say this. Generally speaking, I think this is a very good announcement to make on social media. I will not send you a message. I will not send you a message. I would only reply messages you send to me. I will not be the first person to send you a message. I will not give you any message that sounds like, oh, I saw you in my dream, I did a divination for you without you asking for it. No, I will not do that. And the only way I communicate with people is via this WhatsApp number that is pinned on the screen right now. So if you want to get any contact of me, it has to be from the bio of the page where I go live. If you check on that page and I don't go live on that page has got nothing to do with Ifá College or Ewa Herbs. I beg of you. Is that okay? You can only book a reading with me via my WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. So àwọn Yami, you need to understand them. You need to give them their own place constantly. So as long as you're alive, as long as you're living, as long as you are mentally stable on this side of life, you have to give them their ebo and their itutu. You have to give it to them, whether they ask for it or they don't ask for it. You are repeatedly feeding them. A time will come. There is no way we want to go through this life and will not make mistakes. There is no way you want to walk straight like this and your head will not shake this way. At least you turn it this way. When those moments come and people report you to àwọn Yami, and people report you to them and say, this person has offended me, help me deal with this person. You should be able to, when they mention your name, let it be said there that, eléyìí ọmọ àgbà ni, eléyìí ò kìí ṣẹran àgbà. You have been feeding them regularly. Your babalawo and your Iyanifa, your babalóríṣà, your ìyálóríṣà has been given a tutu. Lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá ló ní ká gbé tutu o. Jane ọmọ Modúpẹ́ ló ní ká gbé tutu o. Golden Light ọmọ Adébímpé òun ló ní kí n gbé tutu wá fún yín lénìí o. Next week again they come back. Jane ọmọ Àdùkẹ́ ló ní ká gbé tutu fún yín lénìí. 2 weeks again they come back again, constantly like that. I told my client yesterday pé àwọn Yami wọn kì í ṣọ̀dàlẹ̀, they are not betrayers, they don't betray. Wọn ò lè jẹ́pọ̀ ẹ kó jata ẹ kó jẹyọ ẹ kó wá dijọ́ ìṣòro kó sọ pé àwọn ò mọ̀ ẹ́ rí mọ́. They don't do that. They are mothers. Àwọn gangan lábíamọ ayé abíamọ ọ̀run. So they will not take your ètùtù, take everything you have brought and then get to the day where you need them and they will say they don't know you. So as you are giving your ètùtù, they are mentioning your name to them. Òun ló ṣe máa ń sọ pé àwa kan àwa ò ń ṣẹran àgbà mọ́ àti dọ́mọ àgbà. You are no longer meat for them to just feed on and just mess around with. You have become their child. They are looking out for you. Which is why when any spiritualist, Yoruba spiritualist, is selling any spiritual product, Oshe Anu, Oshe Kinikan, they are selling soap, spiritual herbs, whatever it is, for money, for protection, for favor, for cleansing, for back to sender, whatever it is, they will tell you. A babalawo that has knowledge and understand things will tell you that kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí nǹkan ẹ̀yọ́nú àti ẹ̀bẹ̀ àgbà kó pọ̀ nínú nǹkan tẹ́ ń lò. He will tell you that whatever product you are using, the one that should be the most, should be the one we call Eyonu àwọn àgbà, the one that gives you favor, mercy, love, and grace from àwọn Yami, and the one that constantly puts you in their mercy. They will constantly show you mercy. Let that be the one that will be more in what you are looking for. Is that okay? But a lot of us, because of the misconceptions we have heard about them, oh, they are witches, oh, we are running away from, I don't want to have anything to do with them. In fact, it becomes scary when Ètùtù àwọn àgbàlagbà keeps coming up. What did I do to them? Why are they angry with me? Relax. This is not religion. This is not church. This is not mosque where they tell you that for everything you do, somebody is there to just send you to hellfire. Àwọn òrìṣàs, Olódùmarè, Ẹgbẹ́, àwọn Yami, they understand that we are human, and what it means to be human means to be flawed. We will have flaws in different places. But nítorí ijó ìṣòro òun lèèyàn ṣe ń ṣẹbọ àti ètùtù lénìí, because of the day of trouble, the day of challenges and calamities. That is why you are giving ẹbọ the day that everything is fine. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó ń dá ó ń fàdúrà, èyí tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó àdúrà náà ni. When things are going well for you, give ẹbọ, give ètùtù, make ìwúre, so that the day that things become challenging, your ẹbọ and your ètùtù will speak for you. Some people, things get so challenging that they cannot even financially afford it. But the ones they've given in the past, it will speak for them. Oh. That was just by way of digression again, so that you will not say they did not tell you. The things that I'm teaching you right now about àwọn Yami, they are the things I do. I told you, I've mentioned it, the number of times I give my own ètùtù. I don't wait for a divination. It's like taking your supplements. You don't wait until you get ill. The essence of taking them is so that you are not ill, so that your body's immune system is high enough to be able to fight any antibodies when they come in. But when you are in the practice of waiting until everything breaks down, you'll now be running up and down. You'll now be wondering, since this problem started in January, they told you to be giving it to, you have given ram, you've given goat, you've given antelope, gorilla, monkey, you've given everything. It has still not changed. Why did you have to wait to this point? Why? When everything was okay for you, that you were spending money in club and taking one girl to hotel and buying things for people that did not ask you, just so as to impress people that don't care about you, why were you not doing it to an neighbor at that time? People will now come to my DM. Somebody still came yesterday. This is not to talk anybody down, but to make us accountable as human beings. Sending me a message and saying, you are my only hope. After you, there's nowhere else I can go. You just have to help. Okay, what should I help you with? I should do consultation for you free. I should do Ebo and Ètùtù for you free. Give you spiritual products free. How? How? The day you have it little by little now, you are not taking care of yourself. You think the day that problem comes, your problem becomes the responsibility of another adult. No, now. No. Take away that mentality of God will take care of me, and if it doesn't go well, the devil is the one to be to blame. How is that going? How is that working for anybody? God blame. I tell people, if your God is truly the Almighty, the divine and supreme being, irrespective of the way your life turns out, Olódùmarè is Olódùmarè. It does not change a thing. God, bless me so that my life will prove that you are God. Make it make sense. Olódùmarè is Olódùmarè, irrespective of what your life turns out to be. If you decide that your life is going to be proved that Ifá works, put in the work, and people will look at you and say, he's a proof that Ifá is working. If it does not work for you, it doesn't change the fact that Ifá is working, because we have 1,000,001 other people that it is working for. So if it's going to work for you, the responsibility is on you to do what is required. Start by gaining knowledge. Start from there. Do your consultations, your Idafa regularly. Itefa and Ishefa, make plans for it. Find out who your orishas are, your Egbe. Make your Iwure. If spiritual products work for you, get the 1 or 2 that works for you. Àwọn Yami, put them as priority. The ancestors in your lineage that are working for you, make them priority. These are the things that you need to do. These are the things that you need to do. If you don't do them, you're now saying, Shebi, what are, where, somebody said something one day, these ancestors you are talking about, if they are really there, why are they looking at me like this? Just think about it. Your great-grandfather, let's even pick that one as ancestor. Your great-grandfather married 5 wives and he had 35 children. Those 35 children in turn had 107 grandchildren. Those 107 grandchildren in turn had 388 great-grandchildren. He's your own great-grandfather. So add from his children to his grandchildren to his great-grandchildren. He's the ancestor of all of those people. You are not ready to do what is required. You think if he has blessing to give, he won't turn to another person. The same way you are a beneficiary of that his ancestral blessing, there are so many people in your lineage that are. So if you are not getting it, you are the one to ask yourself, why are you not getting it? Because time has proven that this thing works. If it did not work, I've said it 1,000,001 times, I'll repeat it again, it would have been obsolete. People would have given up on it if it doesn't work. So it's either you are not doing the right thing or you have not done it enough. Yes, there is something like doing it enough. Because so many things accumulated together to get you to the point where you are. So you'll be kidding yourself if you say just one thing is going to snap you out of there. So I beg you, put it to work and remember, àwọn Yami. So the main part of this Odù says, Odù Ifá was cast or divined for Orunmila. Mr. Mike, thank you for the gift. The father who was going to behold Odù with his eyes. What does it mean to behold Odù with your eyes? What does it mean? Tobani afoju bodu. In what is the term given to that spiritual exercise where afoju bodu, where you set your eyes on Odù? And your Moifa, at what point ni a man foju bodu? Let me know. Please let me know. Itefa. Thank you so much, Abby. It is in the divination of Itefa or the process of Itefa that is when we set our eyes on Odù. Although women are not allowed to see Odù because that Orisha called Odù is also female. Right? Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń sọ pé òrìṣà jẹ́ ń pé méjì obìnrin ò sí. Òrìṣà kan lèmi as obìnrin, ìwọ as obìnrin, òrìṣà kan ní ẹ́ láyé tiẹ̀. Òrìṣà kan náà ní Odù láyé tiẹ̀. Nínú ọkùnrin àti obìnrin, the gender of male and female, obìnrin ni Elédùmarè pè ní òrìṣà, obìnrin ni Ifá pè ní òrìṣà. Òun ló ṣe máa ń sọ pé òrìṣà bí ìyá ò sí. Òrìṣà kan náà lodù. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún wa nínú ìtàn pé òrìṣà jẹ́ ń pé méjì obìnrin kò sóbìnrin tó fẹ́ pé méjì òrìṣà níbì kan náà kò sí. Now, let me translate that in English. Women are female. The female gender is an Orisha on her own. Of the two genders we have, it's only female that is recognized as an Orisha on their own, as a gender. That is why our mothers, our biological mothers, are referred to as Orishas. And that is why we say Orisha bi ìyá ò sí láyé. Thank you so much for that gift. There is no other Orisha that on this earth that you can physically see that is like your mother. Every other Orisha exists, but you can't physically see them. But Orisha to wa láyé tá wà yìí tá lè fojú rí is our mother. And Yoruba also says something. Orisha jẹ́ ń pé méjì obìnrin ò sí. There is no woman that wants to be in the same place as an Orisha with another woman. Is that okay? So that explains the jealousy and the rivalry that happens between women when you have 2 wives, 2 women, you know. So Odù, that Orisha Odù is a female Orisha. And that's one of the reasons that women are not allowed to see the Odù. The Odù is an Orisha like yourself. You are not allowed to, but men are allowed to do it. But irrespective of whether you see the Odù or not, you are there to pick up your Odù. And they said here concerning Orunmila, they said he was going to use his eyes to behold Odù, meaning that he was going to do Itefa. Even Orunmila did Itefa. So those of you that are still procrastinating on this issue of Itefa, this is the point where I ask you, what's your big plan? I need to know what your big idea is. What's your plan? What's your backup plan and your alternative plan for Itefa? If you don't know what Itefa is that divination, that reading. It's a process, okay? It's not just a 5 minute reading, but at the end of the day, it is a reading that is done for you to find out your purpose and your destiny, the reason you are here, what you have come to do, where you should go, where you should not go, what you should eat, what you should not eat, what your strengths are, what your taboos are. Questions about your life that nobody can answer, not even the parents that birthed you or raised you. Those things about your life that nobody else can know, aside from the creator themselves, has been put together in an Odù and will be revealed to you in that reading. So if you have not done it, the question I'm asking you is, what exactly are you doing with your life? Because right now, as far as we are concerned, you are probably just gambling with life. Will this work? Will this not work? Will this your adult life? With this your adult life, especially those of you that are still in the most active part of your productive life, and you do not know whether what you are doing is what you are supposed to do. Excuse me, what's your big idea? Share it with us. Let us know, what is your big idea? How do you intend to navigate this life when you do not have a manual? You went to the factory, to a China factory, to get all the bits and pieces of an entire car. You've dismantled it and they've shipped it to your home country. It has landed in Florida, USA to you. No manual, no video to watch, nothing, no pre-knowledge of anything. How do you intend to put that car together and to make it work? You want to be gambling and putting pieces together. You will try this today, it won't work. Then you try that one tomorrow. Then you try this one. There are some things that when you try, the consequences of trying them in the wrong way, you will never get over it. Somebody says, Madam, where do I go really to do Itefa? I really want to. Oh, send a message to the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. Mr. Mike, please, can you post the WhatsApp number? Thank you very much. Someone says, okay, reality said something that Jane was responding to. My own is money that is holding her. Reality, please send a message to me via WhatsApp. Is that okay? For people that join my live streaming and that are regular and consistent on my live streaming, once I hear money is the issue, please send a message. We will find a way to work it out. It is unfortunate that the economy of this country where we live right now has become what it is. But Ori will direct us, Ajay will direct us, Elédùmarè will direct us, your ancestors will direct us on a way to work it out for you. Is that okay? Please send a message via the WhatsApp number. Mr. Mike, please post the WhatsApp number. Or Jane, how do I know my purpose on earth? Who asked that question? Backhole 7411. Send a message via the WhatsApp number that is now pinned on your screen. Jane Juma Enterprise posted that WhatsApp number. Let's take a brief commercial. So Jane Juma, you can see that account that just posted my WhatsApp number on TikTok, Jane Juma. If you need any logistics service, international cargo and logistics services, please send a DM to Jane Juma Enterprise. You want to ship from any part of the world to any part of the world, send her a message. If you're a Nigerian transacting business with Kenyans and you're finding it difficult to receive money from your clients, or you're a Kenyan transacting business with Nigerians, please send a message to her. Jane Juma Enterprise is her handle on TikTok, and she would, take care of that service for you. I told you, if you're on my live streaming and you need me to speak about your business, send me a message via WhatsApp. I'm not just here to teach you. This is practical everyday life. I want to make sure that every aspect of your life is going well. I'm a traditional medicine practitioner certified in Nigeria to practice traditional medicine. Is that okay? So if you have anything that has to do with your health, you have challenges with your health, traditional medicine recipe and practice has been given to us before this big pharma thing came in, and it has worked for us. Send a message via the WhatsApp number. Let's be able to guide you through it. Ifa gives us all-round success. Is that okay? So whatever it is I can do with this platform to promote your business, to promote your brand, people are going to be watching this. The number of people that is watching it now might be really low because it's morning, it's early morning, it's 2 a.m. in some part of the world. All right. But people are going to see the replay of this for years and years to come. And the moment I mention it, it doesn't go off the live streaming. I don't take it off my page. So, Ejo, let's promote ourselves. A lot of us have lost friends, families, colleagues, supporters because we have identified with Ifa. The only person that can help you is those of us that are like you. Is that okay? So, when we are speaking about your purpose in life, oh, your purpose in life, that's somebody's handle. Finding out that destiny, that is, send a message via that WhatsApp number. So, Orunmila went to Igbodu and he set his eyes on Odù. And he says here, he says, Momoju Kodu, Morire. I set my eyes on Odù, I found goodness. Let me break that down so that we will not give anybody an unrealistic expectation. Bako, I would respond to your messages once I'm done. Orunmila says he set his eyes on Odù, he saw goodness. He did his Itefa, he saw goodness. He went through the divination to find out his purpose, he saw goodness. Now, let me explain that to you. Some people have taken that statement out of context and they have decided to manipulate the translation. If a Babalawo tells you that, the moment you do Itefa, you will see good things will start to happen. It is not telling you that, or it does not mean that once you do Itefa, it's just like magic and blood money and money will just start to come down. I know we have seen people who did their Itefa and pretty much by the following week and the following month, it looks like doors just open. Let me explain to you what happened. Aside from the fact that the process of Itefa involves different ebos, different etutu, different iwure, what is most important is that at the time of Itefa, Itefa was revealing certain things about their lives. You know, it's like you're watching your life from the middle season. Your life started when you were born. You are, say, 30 years old, for instance. Now, there has been all of your life before this age. And there are certain choices you had made, certain things you had done before age 30 that did not align with your destiny. Ifa points it out during your Itefa and tells you this and this is what to do to fix it and repair it. Right there and then, your Babalawo tells you, these are the airballs that came out. Ifa says we should fix this. Take, for instance, the person at 8:30 had started having certain health challenges that they had just gone everywhere to check and nothing seems to be working. Please, as you join, click on the plus button, follow this content. You like this content, that is why you are here at this time of the morning, so as to receive notifications the next time we come live. Please follow, click on the plus sign, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you are telling the algorithm that you like this content. They will remind you again and also push it to more people. Thank you. So you have been dealing with that health challenge and now you're 30. Then you do your divination, you do your Itefa, and then Ifa says, this and this is something that you are not supposed to be eating. And then you find out that, unfortunately, that's your best food. Ifa says, don't drink palm wine again. And then you just find out that palm wine is one thing that you love. You take it, you've been taking it every day for as long as you can remember. It was your father's favorite drink. You grew up drinking it. And Ifa says, this is the reason you must not take it, because it's eventually going to cause XYZ that would make a particular health challenge for you. You find out that day, your Babalawo gives a board that day to correct it. You go back 3, 4, 5 weeks after then, and you do not feel symptoms of that thing. Do you know what happened? It was not Itefa that gave you a miracle or magic. It was you following the instruction. following the instruction to fix it. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? So it's like somebody goes to school to study medicine and the person gets a degree. And then the person comes out and first year of practicing as a doctor is like, that's doctor is awesome. He's excellent. Everybody wants him. Every surgery he goes through is seamless. He's this, he's that. He gets award here and there. And somebody says, oh, it's because he went to Ifá College Medical School. Take for instance. But so many other people went to Ifá College Medical School. Why are they not receiving awards like him? He learned something at Ifá College Medical School, but he went out to apply it. He had to be in a hospital setting to apply it step by step. Things that other people will brush over, things that other people will not take. He makes sure that his theater is sparkling clean, sets everything up. It's like AI, seamless and perfect. And then he gets that result and everybody starts to notice. Yes, he went to a good school, but beyond that, he took that information and used it. So it is okay when you do Itefa. The airballs that you do during Itefa will be accepted, and it will do something in your life. But beyond that, the instruction for life is a manual. You will be handed over the instruction for your own life. What time will you be available for a private reading? Please, can you send a message via WhatsApp? Send a message via WhatsApp. What's the name of that person? For this person, Ford Zifa, this is not your first time on my live streaming. You have been on my live streaming before. I've seen that name before. Send a message via the WhatsApp number that I just pinned on the screen right now, posted by Mike. Send a message via the WhatsApp number. So if you have sent a message, then just hold on. The same person that is speaking to you in real time is the same person that is going to respond to the WhatsApp, and that's me. All right, so hold on. So this is it. The instruction that you receive, putting it into practice is how you are going to get the results. So the whole process of Itefa is not a magical process that just boom turns your life around. It is supposed to turn your life around because it gives you the entire blueprint of your life. Remember the car that was disassembled in pieces that was shipped to you from China to Florida? The moment they ship the manual to you, it starts to make sense. Oh, this is supposed to be here. But if they ship you the manual and you put the manual by the side of the box and you're saying, oh, now I have the manual, the car will soon come into place. The car will be there. If you do not take the manual, open it, and apply what you read. As simple as it is. So, Ijo Taba Foju Bodu. They said here that Ọ̀rúnmìlà Foju Bodu. Ọ̀rúnmìlà says, Mo fojú kọ Odù, mo ríre. I set my eyes on Odù. I got the Odù from my Itefa. I saw goodness. The goodness is inside the Odù. Is inside that Odù. It's not the Ebo that is the goodness. The Ebo has his own place. But the goodness you are going to see is instruction for your life. Things will start to make sense. You would understand why this is this. If you are a man or a woman that has been struggling with relationships and you read it in your, and the Odù Ifá, the Odù that comes out during your Itefa, says that, oh, for the person that this Odù is their breath Odù, they are supposed to be married to a Babalawo. The person has a spiritual calling that they've come to this life to fulfill, and they are going to fulfill it with another person who has a similar spiritual calling. Until then, they are not going to be settled when it comes to marriage. Then you understand why you have been meeting all those people you have been meeting. It will make sense. Then you would understand, oh, you are not the one that has a problem. Oh, the people you have met in the past are not the ones that has a problem. Those relationships will not just work because that's not where you are going in life. Your worry is fighting it because that is not the place it's supposed to be. It's like your body is fighting off certain things that doesn't align with what you're supposed to be in your body. So your Ori fights off certain relationships. You get into certain places, you are just uncomfortable. Yet people are going to the same place to succeed because that is not the place for you. Your Ori continues to make you uncomfortable until you get to that place where you, as an individual person, is supposed to succeed. Because like I said, everything has its place. You are not going to buy a phone and drop it into water and expect it to succeed inside water. Even if they say that phone is waterproof, the day you buy it, you have dropped it into water. Yes, it's waterproof, but who is going to be using it inside the water? But when you buy a rubber duckling, a plastic duckling that you're supposed to put into your baby's bath, that is where it belongs. When you buy a fish for the aquarium and you drop it into water, that is where it belongs. That's where it's supposed to be. That's where it's serving its purpose. So these are the things that you are supposed to bring out from your Odù. You see those things and then your mind will be addressed. Oh, now it's making sense. You are somebody that had always loved to study medicine, but your parents are like, I can't afford to send you to medical school. Medicine is not the thing. You spend too many years there. They talk you into becoming an accountant. Then your Odù Ifá comes out and he says you are supposed to be Oníṣègùn. Oníṣègùn is traditional medicine practitioner. Then it begins to make sense why you just love the medical profession. Why you just, it looks like no other thing is worth doing aside from that. Despite the fact that your parents said don't do it, which was a decision they were making in your best interest based on their limited knowledge at the time, everything begins to make sense. That is where the ire is coming from. Because the most important ire anybody can give you, the most important gift anybody can give you now is not money. The most important gift that anybody can give you now is not good health. It's not a house. It's not a visa. It's not a child. It's not a husband. The most important gift that anybody can give you right now is the blueprint of your life's purpose. Because inside that blueprint, you will find how to make money that works for you. You will find the person you are supposed to get married to that aligns with you. You will know whether you are going to have children or not and how to raise those children, and if you are having challenges with children, how to sort it out. You will know which country to live in that aligns with you. That is the best gift anybody can give you. And pretty much that is the best gift you can give yourself. So for some people, most of my clients who complain about finances, I sit down with them. Please send a message. How do I do this? Okay, I think you have sent a message already, Bako, so just hold on. Most of my clients that complain about, oh, it's because of money I can't do my tefa, I sit down with them. Let me map out what your resources is, your income, your expenses. There are certain expenses based on the fact that I have been an entrepreneur and in the business world for what? 2 decades. There are certain things I will be able to help you cut out of that expense that will put together and you'll be able to afford it. It's a gift you are giving to yourself. And that's the best gift you can give to yourself. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. I have clients who are on what we call a susu contribution towards their itefa, towards their ishefa. Cut down on certain things. Focus on this one. This is anyway, Orunmila that brought Ifa also did it. So if you like, after everything we have said, still don't do it. If you don't know your purpose, it's not going to reduce anything from any one of us. The only painful part of it is that the moment you do not know your purpose, you don't know who to marry, what to marry, or the kind of marriage to go into, you will drag somebody's innocent son and daughter into a relationship with you that they are not supposed to be in, hurting other people and breaking their hearts, not because you are doing it on purpose, but because you do not know. You step into a country where you do not belong to. Start to make friends with people that don't have anything to do with your life. Your choices is indirectly affecting other people. That's why we are doing what we are doing right now. Orunmila says, Mo fojú kodù, èmi ò kú mọ́. I have set my eyes on Odù. I'm no longer put in a situation that makes me unalive untimely. Everybody is going to pass out of this world, but there is the timely and untimely passing. You set your eyes on the Odù. It gives you information about how to protect your life so that your life is just not cut short abruptly. Odù tells you that there are some people that their Odù Ifá will tell them, avoid walking out late at night. Once everywhere is getting dark, find a way to get back to your house. It is not out of fear. The spirits, the orishas, the ancestors you walk with that are guiding and protecting you, they are not so active at night. So go inside. You have done enough. And there are some people that their own orishas and spirits are super active in nighttime. Know which one is your own and go home. How do I know my Odù? Send a message to the WhatsApp number that will be posted shortly. Let me see. I think somebody is asking what's the difference between Itefa and Ifaola. I just described what Itefa is to you right now. There is no similarity. Itefa is Itefa. There is no similarity between them. Itefa is Itefa. Itefa is that you go into Igbodu, they do a divination for you to give you your Odù. Ifaola does not have anything to do with your Odù. It doesn't have. It's like you're asking me what's the difference between a fish and a bird. There is no relationship between them. They exist independently of each other. There is no comparison. So Itefa is Itefa, it is Itefa. Ifaola is Ifaola, it is separate. It's not a, you cannot interchange them. They don't have literally nothing to do with each other. Is that okay? So the definition of Itefa is what I'm explaining to you right now. If you ask me the difference between Itefa and Ishefa now, that still makes, it makes sense because they are kind of similar, so we can draw a difference. But if Itefa and Ifaola, is that okay? So he says that when we set our eyes on Odù, when we do our Itefa, it saves us from situation of untimely passing. It gives you instruction of how to be able to have long life. Things that you're supposed to do right now to avoid certain things as you are growing old. Some people have entered into relationships and marriages that ended their lives. And trust me, at the time they took that person to the altar, they told them that's the will of God. I don't know how the will of God became something that is supposed to end somebody's life abruptly, just like that. So as you follow the instructions of Ifa, you'll be able to see instructions of your Odù. You'll be able to say, Emi ti fojú bodù mi ò kú mọ́. When Orunmila says mi ò kú mọ́, it doesn't mean that Orunmila is not going to pass from this world. Everybody that came here will leave. But have you fulfilled your purpose before you left? Are you doing certain things that is making it possible for you to live the length of time to fulfill your purpose? Or are you just rushing into things that can put your existence at danger? It is the Odù that is going to give you those instructions, to guide you, to tell you when to step out, when not to step out. There's a lady, I think she's on this live stream. I saw her this morning. She's one of my clients in Dubai. We did a divination for her, and they said there was somewhere that she usually goes. She goes there often. It's not work, it's not school. Maybe she goes to visit a friend or just relax or something, or a supermarket or something. There's just a particular place she usually goes to regularly. Ifa says over the next 12 days, she should avoid going to that place. When she received the instruction, now, I've heard this thing a million times. When people say, make a divination for me, then instructions like this come out. You'll hear, this is not what I was expecting from Ifa. I was expecting Ifa to tell me something about how I will make money. The center of your life is make money. It's good though. We like money. Me too, I like money. I'm working for money. I have been running businesses to create an empire, to work for money, to make money work for you is good. But you have forgotten that it's the person that is alive that will work for money. It's the person that is healthy that will work for money. It's the person that their mind is at peace that will have money and enjoy money. Anyways, she was giving that instruction. And I didn't know she was not happy with the divination. She didn't tell me anything. But a couple of days after, she sent me a message to say, there's this friend that she usually goes to visit, from the same country. They were both in Dubai working. So she goes to that her friend's place almost every time, just to say hello, catch up and all of that. She decided, it's not even that she decided she wasn't going. She still went. But that particular day, she said she just started feeling uncomfortable. Then her mom calls her, how are you? Where are you? I want to pray for you or something like that. And then she says, okay, pray. Her mom was like, okay. She said something just reminded her of that consultation. And she's like, let me just go back home. Let my mom pray for me at home, It will be a free environment. There are people here. And she packed her bag and she went home. And her mother prayed for her for a few minutes and she just decided to stay. Towards the end of that day, she gets a call from her friend that some other friend came to visit them and had some illegal items in her bag, and the police had been chasing her, and they followed her into that house, ransacked and checked everybody. They carried everybody, and you know how the Dubai government can be when it comes to Africans. Packed every one of them, took every one of them. Those that their papers had expired, they were facing deportation. It was just messy. Some of them were just there by association. Yes. And then she called me. Mama, thank you so much. This is what happened. She narrated the story and she told me when she received that divination, she herself was like, this is not what I wanted. I wanted something. I wanted to hear something more powerful. Those of you that are always looking for powerful. Maybe in your first life, you did not experience power. You are looking for a powerful pastor, a powerful spiritualist. Calm down. Life is not that hard. Seriously, life is not that hard. Instructions is what you need, and those instructions are simple. If you read Odù Ifá, you realize that it's simple. Look at what I've been explaining now since. You see how simple it is? Stop making it complicated in your head. Stop. They sold you this idea that if it's not complicated, if it's not hard, if it's not this, it cannot be good. It's a lie. Relax, calm down. It's not that hard. Moving from here to here, you will be surprised at the instructions that will come out. Some people will say, Mama, are you sure that after I do all of these things, just this one, everything will be fine? Let's do it. What are you expecting? You're expecting it to be more than this. Like when they list it and it's like 13 and the money is like 5 million, $5,000, $6,000. That is when a client, I was talking to a friend yesterday. There is a lady that came to me. She saw me randomly on YouTube and she reached out that she wanted to do itefa, and I gave her the figures. She was coming from the diaspora. I gave her the figures for the itefa. She's been speaking to another babalawo on Facebook. The figures the babalawo gave her for itefa was 3 times what I gave her. She could not afford that amount. She took a loan, sold her car, sold whatever it is, got the money and went to the other babalawo. She came to me saying that, I've not seen anybody teach Ifa the way you teach it. I feel like you understand what it is, blah, blah, blah. I want to do my itefa. I want to know my Odù. But she still went with the man. So apparently she has been sharing my video with some of her other friends too. You need to see this woman's page, Iyanifa Ewa TV. You need to watch her videos and all of that. So she came to Nigeria. She did the itefa. I think she was in Nigeria for a couple of months and she went back. I didn't hear from her again. I'm not in the habit of checking on people. If you're not in my VIP, if you're not on my VIP list, can you still hear me? If you can still hear me, please let me know. I want to know that the video is still up. Excuse me. Can you still hear me on TikTok? Please let me know. Yes, okay, that's good. All right. So her friend was the one who was narrating the experience to me that, why are some babalawos like this? I said, what happened? My friend went to do her divination. Can you imagine? The child has so much. Even when she got there, they were still telling her that the money was not enough. I had to, send money to her, loan her money, blah, 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 blah. So many things that happened. I was like, okay, sorry about that. Can I speak to your friend, at least from a female priest, to a female person? Let me just speak to her, ask her questions, maybe I'm able to say one or two things to make her feel better. Then she gave me the person's number. I said, okay, have her send me a message, because in my practice, I don't want to be the first person to send someone a message, except it's an emergency. The lady texted me and I found out that we have spoken before. She said that my friend said you should call me because of the experience I had in Nigeria. You have come to Nigeria? She said yes. Oh, okay. So what was the experience? She narrated. In all, she had spent 18,000 US dollars on Itefa. More than that, they had taken advantage of her. Now, I will not even want to use the word taking advantage of her, because she said it was consensual. She consented to it. But according to her, they deceived her and they manipulated her for whatever reason. At the time that she was reaching out to me, she was already pregnant. Okay, and she was going to have the child of that Babalawo. And the Babalawo had told her that once she has the child, she should come to Nigeria and take him along. Now, this doesn't sound pretty, but I will tell you the truth. These are the kind of things that happen. That happens every day. Ifa is getting so much grounds. People are coming into Ifa. Ifa is in vogue right now, okay? So just like any other thing, like when a new gadget is out, the people that are out to take advantage of people are creating fake version of that particular gadget because they know people are rushing for it. That's just the way life is. That is just the way life is. Once there is something that people are wanting, there is a demand for something, start to look out for the fact that there are people that are going to lie to you and cheat you and manipulate you with that thing because they know you desperately want it. So I don't want you coming out to see, but that is if how can a Babalawo do like that? First of all, that person is not a Babalawo. And because there is no certified way of telling the difference, it becomes your responsibility to be sure of where you're going, why you're going there, and what is happening there. But I told her, which is the reason I'm bringing this out, that one of the things that made you go there is because you felt, oh, the people that are charging more will do it better. Oh, they will tell you that they are going to buy cow and antelope and crocodile and alligator and lion and everything. It sounds bigger to you, but in the real sense of it, it's not that hard. It's not that complicated. Ifa is not that hard. But you are looking for something that, as long as it is inconvenience, it sounds like something that is supposed to be. As people of color, we are already looking like, we already have this thing that everything has to be hard. You have to struggle for everything. So you come to Ifa, the people that are making it look complicated and hard, you feel that those are the ones that is not. It is not. I will tell you it is not. And here is one reason that if I were to be you, I would look for some. In fact, I tell people that I envy a lot of my students. I envy a lot of my students because I wish I had me while I was on this journey. I wish I had somebody like me. Now, does that mean there were no priests and priestesses around? There were no Iyanifas and Babalawos? No, I met a lot of them. But you know the difference. Most of them were born into Ifa. For somebody that is born into something, you are not likely to take time and study that thing from the point of view of a complete stranger. You are not likely to. English is our first language, right? In countries that are colonized by the British, English is our major language. Now, it is not likely for us who are native English speakers Take, for instance, you are born and raised in the UK. It is not likely for you to say, I need to get a first degree and a master's and a PhD in English before I can speak English. No. The same way I speak Yoruba is my native language. I didn't go to school to study Yoruba. Some of the things we learned in Yoruba class, a lot of us can't even remember. But we speak Yoruba fluently. We read it, we write it. We were born in there, so it's not likely for us to take a course in it and start to study. That's the difference. They were born in there. They grew up with the practice. They just re-echoed what they heard and what they practiced. And is that good? 100%. But that is different from somebody that is coming from somewhere else. That is different from somebody that is a Spanish native speaker and wants to study English. He will study English in a broader sense and a deeper sense than you that is a native English speaker. He will learn English from a professional point of view. He would get a first degree in it, get a master's in it, get a PhD in it. Is different from you that is just a native English speaker. I've posted, the WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen. So that's the difference between those Babalawos, Iyanifas, Babalorishas that was born into Ifa, and then those of us that have been in Abrahamic religion and we are finding our way back, going out to learn. We are researching books. We are traveling from place to place, learning from this place, comparing notes, going to school. How many of the existing practicing Babalawos went to a school to learn? Not so many of them. They didn't have to read it in books. It was just a practice. That's the difference. So I need you to understand that the foundation of this thing is knowledge. Ifa is an embodiment of knowledge. After knowledge is when you can now be talking about, somebody is powerful, somebody is this, somebody is that. Ifa is first of all knowledge. So if there's anything you are seeking, if there's anybody you are seeking to work with, seek to work with somebody that is constantly getting knowledge, because that is what Ifa is. When we had Babalawos, renowned Babalawos come online to say women are not supposed to do Itefa, everybody was going into arguments back and forth. When we sat down here on one of our live streamings to break down what is Itefa and to open the Odù and read it for ourselves, on that day we went through at least 9 different Odù Ifas that Orunmila himself categorically said Ifa is for everybody. Then I begin to ask myself, these people that are saying that Ifa is not for women, it means they don't even have the basic knowledge of what Itefa is. What they know about Itefa is a practice that was just spoken to them and was spoken, they just heard it. Oh, this is how we do it in our house, so we don't do it for women. They didn't question anything. They didn't research anything. Our fathers did it like that and they just decided to, without remembering that the knowledge of your father is limited when it comes to Ifa. Ifa is bigger than everybody's father. Ifa is bigger than everybody's family. Ifa is universal. So you can come out to say, in my house, we don't do this. But you don't come out to say, Ifa doesn't do this. No. Ifa is an embodiment of knowledge that if the 8 billion plus people on earth today come to Ifa, all of them will find their different Odus inside this Ifa. And then somebody wants to limit Ifa to the practice of their small village. No, now. This is where knowledge comes in. So as you are coming back to your roots too, I'm encouraging you to please center your practice on knowledge, proven knowledge. When somebody tells you something, ask the person, what is the Ifa to back this thing up? Even after you find the Ifa, remember that different Odus speak to different people. If Ejiogbe is your Odù, Ifa allows you to be in a polygamous relationship. If your Odù Ifa is Oyekumeji, Ifa strictly warns against polygamy. Is the same Odù Ifá, and it will work for this person, it will not work for this person. Knowledge, 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 knowledge. That is what you should be seeking, not some powerful, complicated thing. Ifá is not that complicated. Now, let's wrap up. We have a few minutes. Let's go into the blessings and the lessons of this essay. Ifá says, in time of crisis, only true leaders and spiritual elders stand firm. That is referring to àwọn. They are the only ones that are going to stand in times of crisis, and that is why they are the only ones you should be holding on to. Because no matter what shakes the heavens and the earth, they are always there. After the market has scattered and everybody is running up and down, they are there, sitting down firmly, unshaken, unmoved. Those are the people you want to partner with. Those are the people that you want to work with. The Odù in itself, the Odù is life itself. Odù Ifá is your life itself. Whoever holds it with sacrifice finds goodness and preservation. I've explained that. Being unalive loses its grip when one aligns fully with Odù. When you align fully with Odù, the fear of passing becomes a thing of the past. You are not afraid of what's going to happen if I'm unalive. What if it happens tomorrow? What you are more concerned about is, now I've found my purpose. Let me do it. Let me live every day fulfilling the purpose I'm supposed to. It talks here about, it says, the Odù blesses with preservation, with goodness and victory over chaos. We've mentioned that. How do we apply this Ifá to our modern day lives? Application to your health and your protection. Ifá says you should stay spiritually aligned. The Odù Ifá for you is the one that will preserve you from sickness, protect you from untimely passing. Send a message via WhatsApp, Hola Aduni. If you want to make a divination, you want to do it, whatever it is you want to speak to me about that is outside of what you can type in the comment section, just send a message via WhatsApp. So concerning your health, the WhatsApp number is now pinned on your screen, posted by Juma Enterprise. So send a message to that WhatsApp number. How do you take care of your health? How does this Odù Ifá apply to your health? It tells you that in your Odù, that is where you find practices that can negate good health. That is where you will receive the taboos, the things that you are not supposed to do, that might put your health at risk, that might put your life at risk. He says, Odù Ifá says this is the one that you should set your mind on. Someone said, what is the advantage of joining Ogboni, and is it advisable? I am an Iyabiye of my lady in Ogboni. I've been a member of Ogboni for years, and I went through the ranks and through the steps till I became an Iyabiye, and that is the highest title of a female in an lady. So will I advise anybody to join? Yes. Why? Because I'm here, I'm there, and I enjoy it. What are the advantages? It is endless. But I would also say this, like I've said before, different people with different ori. The fact that sugar is good does not mean it's for everybody. The fact that seafood is good does not mean it's for everybody. So there is no such thing as, oh, because I'm doing it, I would advise you to do it. It is not a universally, it is not a universal society that everybody has to be in. So if you love it, if you like what you see and you want to be a part of it, you can send a message via the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. We will first of all start by doing a divination for you to find out if it is good for you, if it's something that you can be in. But just like any other society, you have free will as an adult to join if you want to join. Is that okay? So, yeah. So, as we were saying, that is how you're going to preserve your life and your health. Now, how do you apply it to your money and your career? In chaotic situations like the description here, scattered marketplace, in chaotic situation, only those with discipline and those that are connected to the elders of life will be able to endure it. So your money and your finances, money and finances is a major part of our life, and you can just experience all these ups and downs. Even people that have made money are fighting tooth and nail to make sure they don't lose it. They are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they increase it. There are certain things that would happen that would just mess up what you had planned, something you don't know anything about. He says that when you follow the Odù and you align with the elders, those ones that irrespective of what's happening, they are not shaking. Let the economy be doing X and Z and Y and B. They are here, they are shaking. They are not shaking, sorry. They are there sitting firmly. Those are the ones that you want to align with. They are the ones that you want them to protect your finances so that when the marketplace, the economy is scattered, you are still standing firm like nothing is happening. And literally in everyday life, it could come like this. You are involved in a business. Àwọn Iyami already sees that particular line of business, the incoming government will go against it and will shut it and will just literally crash that business. They send you warnings ahead during your divination to say, put a pause on this business, begin to diversify into something else. Nobody understands why you are diversifying, right? And then you do. And then the new government comes in and then they shut down that line of business. And then your colleagues, your fellow business people, your competitors, they are now running helter-skelter. Meanwhile, you have started diversifying. Then it will make sense. This is why they said this. Yes, that's why they said it. I tell people, if you want your business and your finances to be protected, take part of that your business profit and feed your ancestors, feed your Ori, feed your Egbe, feed àwọn Iyami. See, this is the way it works in life. Imagine that there are people on your streets, elderly men and women, you just pass by them, you give them money, you buy food for them, you buy things for them. They are constantly praying for you to always have. Because if you have, you would always be able to give them. You pay their children's school fees. Typically, that's how it's supposed to be. They are praying for you more than you are praying for yourself. Even if it's for selfish reasons, so that you always give them. But it doesn't matter, it's a good thing for you. Because if you don't have more than enough, you are not able to give them. So every time they are praying that, I pray this woman is able to help us with school fees next year, they are indirectly saying, Olódùmarè, provide for this person. Ajay, make it possible for this person to have in excess. Because if you don't have in excess, you cannot leave your own children's school fees and go and do somebody else's own. As simple as it is, that is how it works with spirituality. You are constantly feeding your orishas, your Ifa, your Egbe, àwọn Iyami. Where your money is coming from, they want you to continue to have, so that you can continue to give to them, so that you can continue to do this. It's a trick. If you have listened to my video, Ajay, Orisha Ajay in modern society, the person that says, why is Itefa always too expensive? I'll respond to you, David Paul. Just hold on. Please keep tapping on your screen, keep liking, keep sharing. Click on the plus sign to follow, subscribe, thumbs up, like, every good thing, repost, share, everything you are supposed to do. Thank you. That's how it works. They want you to. So if you have not seen that video, Orisha Ajay in modern society, it's on my YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV, where I also talked about why do givers lack. What does Ifa have to say about that? Why do people give and they lack? Go to my YouTube channel. You need to watch it. Because a lot of you are saying, I've been giving it to an able, but then your finances is still not doing well. Go and watch that video and understand why it's not doing well and how you will rechannel that thing to your own favor. It's a partnership. Don't let me go into details with that. The person that explained why is Ifa always expensive, David Paul, are you on this live streaming? Are you still okay? I can see that you liked. David Paul, please, which country are you? Let me ask a question so that I will know how to answer that question you asked. Which country are you, David Paul? Are you in Nigeria? Are you in Ghana? Please, I need to know so that I will know how best to answer that question in a way that you can relate with. When you answer that question, then I will move on. So how do you apply it in your personal growth? Ifa says you should ground yourself in wisdom and spirituality. It keeps you steady even when other things have shattered. The Odù Ifá, àwọn ìyá àwọn ẹgbẹ́, àwọn òrìṣàs, Ifá itself keeps you steady even when every other thing around you is moving funny. Who was here when we did the Odù Ifá for Orunmila, when one of his wives was cheating on him and he went to make an etutu? He went to make a divination and Ifá confirmed that his wife was cheating and they should do XYZ so that the woman would not be unalive. And they also made a divination for the man with whom she was cheating. Who was here when you were here? Auntie Lande, thank you very much. You see how it is. Now, he did not catch the woman. He just felt that somebody was moving funny around him. There's something about this woman. And he made a divination and Ifá confirmed it. That's how Ifá works. Before your partner will go and make one decision with your finances and your money, and we crash, they will go and invest in coins, all your life savings. They will have even sold the house, taking a loan, use your house that you people built with your sweat and blood to stand as collateral without telling you. At the time they are about to make that decision, you will start to feel uneasy about something. Iyanifa, I'm having some dreams. I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Help me do a divination. Then if I will tell you your husband is about to make a decision that might change life as both of you know it for the worse, then you sit them down and talk to them and you fix it. That is how you apply Odù Ifá to your everyday life. So David Paul said he's in Ghana. All right, I'm happy you're in Ghana. Now, let me ask you a question. Your question is, why is Itefa expensive? When you say always expensive, let me reframe that question. Itefa has not always been expensive, because when I started my journey in Ifa about 10 years ago, Itefa cost about, let me see, about way less than 1/3 of what it costs. So let's take, for instance, Itefa cost 10,000 cedis today. When I started this journey 10 years ago, Itefa was probably going to cost about 2,000 or 2,500 cedis. So it's not that it has always been expensive. Now, you are a Ghanaian, so you would understand. Most of the time when Itefa is being done for you, it's being done for you in Nigeria, right? Nigeria is the home of Ifa. Now, look at Nigeria 10 years ago and look at Nigeria today. The materials that you use for Itefa are regular, everyday materials that we buy in the market. So when you ask me why has Itefa become expensive, I will tell you the same reason housing has become expensive, the same reason feeding has become expensive, the same reason transportation has become expensive, the same reason clothing and school fees and medical care and every single thing, including water that we drink, has become expensive. Power has become expensive. Petrol has become expensive. And all of these things sums up what life is. So I am an Iyanifa from 10 years ago. When I go to the market, I transport myself to the market. I spend 1,000 naira to go to the market, the village markets, and 1,000 naira to come back. I get to the market, I buy ram for 50,000. I buy good for 30,000. I buy every other thing I need for Itefa for 20,000. That makes it 100,000. I'm an Iyanifa in 2025, 10 years later. Transportation from my house to the same market, my house has not changed, market has not changed. Transportation is now 30,000 naira a day, 30,000 naira back. Ram has now become 500,000 naira. Goat has become 300,000 naira. Every other material we use has become 300,000 naira. We add all of them together, that's 1 million naira. From 100,000 to 1 million. So am I still supposed to charge my clients the same price I was buying it 10 years ago or the price I'm buying it today? So it's not as if an Ifa priest just wakes up and says, this is how much I want to charge. No. These things are things that people buy every day. You have parties every day. The amount that your parents spent when your sister was getting married 5 years ago, it's not the same amount they are going to spend for a wedding today. And in that wedding, they are going to use palm oil, which we are also going to use. They are going to use salt, which we are also going to use. They are going to buy ram, which we are also buying. Leaves, they are going to buy it, which we are also buying. If it's a traditional wedding, bitter cola nut, that we are also going to use. They are also buying it. And they are complaining that the price is high. So we don't exist in isolation. 10 years ago, what we were paying for power, if there was no light in my shrine, how much we bought fuel, petrol 10 years ago, is not how much we're buying it now. And the expensive of that shrine, when you come to do your Itefa, especially those of you that come from the diaspora, we have to switch on the generator for you all night. Or that Babalawo has to build a house or rent a house in an environment where they supply their own power, and it is extra money. So all of this comes together to fix that price. That's one. Secondly, if you studied economics or you understand how market forces work, the higher the demand, the higher the price. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the demand for Ifa was not as high as this. In fact, when I started to learn Ifa, the market women will come and would literally be begging us to buy certain things, particularly birds, those birds that they cannot stay too long. They get on alive easily. They will ask us to say, I have this bird and you might still use it. They would offer to say, okay, don't worry, you can pay me back later. What do you want to use the bird for? Do you want to use the feathers? Do you want to do this? So that the bird does not go alive, unalive, while they are still keeping it, taking it home, bringing it back tomorrow, taking it home, bringing it back. They will sell it to us on credit. And then we'll tell them, okay, I want to burn it, I want to pound it, I want to grind it. They will start to do that, and then they will come back to collect money. But 2025, no, they don't do that. Because some of you in the diaspora are the ones that is calling them. Their WhatsApp number is there. You call them to say, oh, I want to make an ebo. Please give me the biggest RAM. And then I've narrated a scenario for you here before. Let me say it again because of Mr. I was in the market that day to buy something. I was still negotiating with the woman. Hey, they buy 150. Hey, take 100,000. We are the ones that used to buy it from you when you were selling it for 10K, 15K. Ah, mama, it's now expensive. We were still going back and forth between 100 and 150K. The daughter of the woman is the one that handles their Facebook page. She was talking to a client from the abroad. The client said he was going to pay in dollars, exchange rate of 300,000. The girl came to tell the woman where we were standing. Ah, mommy, around 300,000. Meaning, mama, don't sell it to them. We already have someone that will buy it for 300,000. I had to walk away to continue the journey of getting it at a good price for you. So there is demand for it. Prices will certainly go higher. And trust me, I'm happy for those people. At least for once in their life, they are making good money from their business. Because think about them 20 years ago. Herbal market. Have you ever visited a herbal market? Did you buy anything from them 20 years ago? Have you ever bought a vulture? But now, Babalawos are buying it for you. So those women, I used to pity them in those days. And they stayed faithful to that line of business. Now is their time. They will enjoy it. There's nothing they can do. They also have children in this same Nigeria. So when you talk about Itefa or you talk about anything Ifa, look at it as is natural everyday thing. It doesn't exist in isolation. Is that okay? So as much as we want everybody to come, we unfortunately do not control the market price. We don't control the economy. We're a part of the economy like everybody. The guys that are working with me, what I used to pay them 8 years ago is not what I'm paying them now. Because their house rent have increased, transportation to work has increased, their children's school fees has increased, prices of food has increased, and this is their only job. So if you are married to a Babalawo, married to one of my staff, and I was paying the person 100K 7 years ago, and the person says he still wants to continue with me, and I'm still paying 100K today, as a woman, you will advise him to go and look for something else, because 100K cannot sustain you again. So if I decide to increase their salary to 500K, where do I get it from? From you people that are paying for services. That's how it works. I'm not going to take that out of my own personal money. They are working for you people. They are not working for me. If I want to do my own ebo, I can do it myself. If I want to make spiritual soap for myself, I will do it myself. But I'm employing staff because I have clients that I'm working for. So they are working for you people. You people are the ones that is going to pay them. You see how it works now? I hope I'm able to answer your question. So let's wrap this up by going into the Iwure. So from the what's it called? From the sacred text of the Odus that Ifa College is publishing, is broken down into this. We have the Odù Ifá, the ÌṢÄÉ Ifá, written in the original Yoruba language, which is the first thing that I read. Bọ́jà bá tú, akolórí pàtẹ́pàtẹ́, akàwọn àgbà ṣánkóṣánkó lọ́jà, adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà, bàbá ń lọ rèé fojú kodù, ẹbọ làwo ni kó mú ṣe. Mo fojú kodù, mo ríre, èmi fojú kodù, èmi ò kú mọ́, mo fojú kodù, mo ríre. That is the Yoruba. And then the next one we're going to have is the English translation. I've read that. Then we have the lessons and the blessings of that Odu. Then we go on to application of that Odu to your modern everyday life. And then it ends with Iwure in Yoruba and in English. This is the reason you have to have this book. It's still going through publishing and people have started pre-ordering. So you want to click on the link in the bio or in the description box if you are on YouTube, or in the bio if you are on TikTok, and head over to the website and pre-order for this sacred text of Ifa when it comes out, the sacred Odus from Ifa College. Is that okay? So we have come to the end. Let's make our Iwure. So if you are Yoruba, you will repeat the Iwure after me in Yoruba. And remember that when we make Iwure, you start by mentioning your name. Emi Lagbaja, Omo Lagbaja. That is how you personalize your Iwure. Emi Lagbaja, Omo Lagbaja, mo fojú kodù, mo ríre, kíre bá mi. Mo fojú kodù, mi ò kú mọ́, kí n má bá wọn kúkú àìtọ́jọ́. Kí gbogbo ìṣòro tó ń bẹ nínú ayé mi báyìí kí Odù bá mi gbé lọ. Kí Ifá tọ́ mi sọ́nà, kí gbogbo ẹbọ mi gbà, kó fín, kó dòdì ọ̀run. Kí n ríre, ire gbogbo, àṣẹ. That's the Yoruba of the Iwure. Now the English prayer. I have set my eyes on the Odu. I've set my eyes on Ifa. Let goodness follow me. I've set my eyes on the Odu. Let me not be untimely, unalive. Let all the troubles turn into fulfillment. Let all my ebos be accepted. And let my Ori lift me higher. Àṣẹ. Èyí ni Odù Ifá Òfún Méjì. The Odù Ifá for today is Òfún Méjì. As we round off, let me take these last two questions before we round off for today. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is Ifa College TikTok channel and Iyanifa Ewa TV YouTube channel. I am your host and the founder of Ifa College, and every day 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 1 a.m. on the EST, and 9 a.m. Dubai time, 5 a.m. for those of you in Ghana. Selem, I can see you, my darling. How are you doing? We are always here live on weekdays, Mondays to Fridays. So you want to subscribe, turn on notification, and get notified when next we are going on the live streaming. So the last question, someone says, ma'am, which Ogboni is better? Is it ROF or the first Ogboni? So there is no such thing as better. I've told you, in spirituality, there is no comparison. There is no, you see that, which one is better? This one is better than this. Leave it with religion and westernization. In Ifa, we speak about purpose. What purpose is Aborigine Ogboni, which is the first and ancient one? What purpose is it serving? The Reformed Ogboni fraternity, what purpose is it serving? Is that okay? Is the purpose that is different? You are not better than me, I'm not better than you. My purpose is just different from yours. So the purpose of these societies is different. And they cannot tell you the purpose if you are not a part of the society. You see where it is? So if you are looking from afar and you want to write a documentary, you cannot, one of the most important, the first and the foremost foundational description and pillar of those two societies is confidentiality. Awolongbe, phenomenon la fawoshe. Awo is awo is secrecy in Yoruba. The oath of confidentiality is the first oath that you swear. So it's not something that anybody comes to say, oh, this is the purpose of this is why this is better than this. Then somebody now asks me when they say, but if you cannot talk about it, those of us that want to join, how do we know whether we want to join? Don't join. It's not, it's as simple as that. Nobody is campaigning for you to join. We are, whether you join us or you don't join, it doesn't make any difference. So those of us that joined too, nobody was answering questions before we joined. We asked Ifa says you will find your path there. It aligns with you and we join. Then when you now get inside, you now find out certain things. It's like you're asking a doctor about the health history of their clients and you are not a fellow doctor. They cannot tell you. You have to be inducted into that confidential oath of medicine before the doctor can now say, okay, from one doctor to another, because I'm transferring their files, let's look at this person's medical history. But until you become a doctor, you cannot know it. It's confidential information. So first of all, there is nothing like this one is better than this one. They serve different purposes. So if you do a divination and Ifa says this is good for you, better than this for you, it becomes this one is good for you. It's not a matter of better. Second question, can somebody use normal synthetic soap for bath instead of the local soap? It depends on the soap you are using. It depends on the soap you are using. Is that okay? It depends on the soap you are using. It depends on you. Some people's skin reacts very badly to local sponge. So they would have told their babalawo that, whatever soap you are making for me, I cannot use the local sponge. The babalawo will know which soap to make for them on the alternative so that they can use their synthetic sponge. Some people cannot even use synthetic sponge on their skin. They get rashes, they get reactions. There are soaps that you can bath with your hand alone. So for every spiritual soap that goes out, there are thousands of alternatives to that particular soap to produce the same results. Okay, so there is no such thing as which one is better. Most people say use local soap because what you are using, use local sponge because you are using a local soap, but it's not a general thing. If you have been listening to me, you understand the fact that I stress spiritual knowledge, spiritual instruction is not general. You need to understand what soap are you using, what's the purpose of the soap, you yourself that you are using it. Even when it comes to soap, I beg people, as much as it depends on you, don't buy spiritual soap off the counter. It is called self-medication. Avoid buying it. Avoid. I'm not saying it's no good though. You know how people advertise pharmaceutical products, right? They advertise Tylenol and paracetamol and all. And the adverts will say, if your symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. You picked it off the counter. No prescription needed, no medical test needed. Just use it. Try if it will work. If it doesn't work after 3 days, go and see your doctor. Question is, why didn't you just start out seeing the doctor? Why? Why do you want to gamble with your health? What if those 3 days you are waiting to see if your symptom persists is the 3 days you have to live? Is the 3 days that you need to catch that thing before it becomes full blown? You will first of all gamble with those 3 days. But if we say that, farmer will feel like, you don't want us to say, at the end of the day, it's you. Same thing with spiritual products. Some people's ori does not align with black soap. Most of the soaps that is seen outside, spiritual soap are black soaps. Do you know why? Black soap is cheaper than white soap. If you are someone that is a spiritualist and you have read among way accounts those spiritual recipe, you will see awowagun oshelox meta àti ewé Ifá mẹ́jọ, ìgbín mẹ́ta, ẹyin àrò mẹ́ta. They will list it there. Oshelox, lox is what was common and popular in those days. It's a white soap, the bar soap, right? And there are some that oshedudu, black soap, lox is expensive. Do you know the amount of lox you be pound to get a bucket of soap? So most people prefer to use the black soap. It's more accessible, it's more cheap, but it doesn't align with everybody. So you have gone there with one problem. then you now buy soap that is genuinely working for everybody, you will now add more to your problem. Then you will say Ifa is not working. It's like walking into a pharmacy and you're having headache, and your headache is migraine, but you don't know. You buy the best of pain relief, headache relief, and you use it and it's not working. Will you go and say, that brand is not working, that brand is not good, that chemist is fake? You will go and see a doctor. Then the doctor will now carry out several tests and find out that that headache is because there is fluid in your brain. You need a surgery, not paracetamol. So that is the way spiritual health care is. So instead of you to be asking, is local sponge better than synthetic sponge? Ask, first of all, that soap that you are using, is it working? Is it for you? Then when they are making that soap, ask them which sponge is best for this soap that you are making for me. Knowledge will help us not to be generalizing in life. Ifa doesn't generalize. If Ifa generalizes, everybody will have one single Odù. We will not need as individuals to be doing Ifa and be finding out our individual Odus. The Odù of the father will not be different from the one of the mother. Twins will share the same Odù. But because that is not how life was structured, everybody is on a different journey. So when it comes to spirituality, particularly spiritual products, that's one thing I want to talk about on Sunday. Sunday morning live streaming is 12 noon. Please set an alarm, follow, like, subscribe so that you will get the notification. I want to talk about spiritual products because the things I'm seeing around and the way people are going about it, no, we need more knowledge, especially for those of you that are buying it. So I think I've answered your question. Let's round it off. I tell people Elédùmarè is not God, and we should not use the name God for it because it is limited to God. Elédùmarè is not God. Elédùmarè is the divine and supreme being. But when you are teaching people who are coming from a particular place, before they become fully established, you teach people. As a teacher, you go from known to the unknown. Is that okay? So when you are teaching people and you are using words that they are used to, they are able to understand it, they are able to relate with it. As they get firm and deeper in that new path, they begin to understand what the proper nomenclature is. Is that okay? It doesn't reduce Elédùmarè. Trust me, it doesn't. It does not. Elédùmarè's problem is not God. God is the least of what you are dealing with right now. You are dealing with knowledge. The moment people get that in-depth knowledge and they're able to apply it and sustain it and relate with it, every other thing will fall into place. You see the way I teach, I come from the things that you already know. I'm comparing medical science, medical health, physical health with spiritual health. Comparing spiritual products with Panadol. It doesn't mean spiritual product is Panadol, but it's coming from a place of what you understand. You can relate with it more from the level from which you understand it. Is that okay? The WhatsApp number is now pinned on your screen as we wrap up today's teaching. You're welcome. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. So as we are wrapping up today's teaching, how do we end our teachings? I'm teaching you something and I want it to be a normal part of your everyday practice. For those that gave us gifts today, Ajé á bá wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn, wọ́n á bá wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá á bá wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn, wọ́n á bá wa dúpẹ́. How do we end our live streamings? How do we end our live streamings? Those of you that have been joining us, what's the next thing to do? Making our ìwúre. We are making our ìwúre. Are we still on? Are we still on? Can you hear me? Are we still on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. We're ending our live streaming shortly. If you can hear me, do let me know. I think the network is frozen. Please, if you're on TikTok and YouTube and you can hear me, please let me know so that I know that we are still live. so that we can wrap it up and end it. TikTok, what's happening? Are you guys there? If you're on TikTok and you can hear me, let me know. If you guys are there and you can hear me, do let me know. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me. Ogbuato, okay. You can hear me. All right. Let's wrap up today's teaching. Let's wrap up today's teaching. It went off for a bit. Let's wrap up today. If you can hear me, let me know so that we can wrap up today's teaching. The network on TikTok went off for a bit. Can you hear me now? Are we live now? Can you hear me now? Are we live now? Can you hear me now? Are we live now? Are we live now? Ifá ọba ní ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn, kó bá wa ṣe. Mo ní kífá ó bá ní ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá ní ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn, kó bá wa ṣe. Mo fojú bodù mo ríre, èmi fojú bodù mo ríre, mo fojú bodù n ò kú mọ́, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, èmi fojú bodù n ò kú mọ́, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, èmi fojú bodù n ò kú mọ́, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, mo fojú bodù mo ríre, èmi fojú bodù n ò kú mọ́, mo fojú bodù mo ríre. Okay, are we online now? Yeah, the line went off for a bit. I think network tripped off. So if you can hear me now, let me know on TikTok. If you are back on live, if the glitches has gone, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is the network back now so that we can wrap up? All right, ẹ mo fojú bodù mo ríre, fojú bodù mo ríre, èmi fojú bodù n ò kú mọ́, mo fojú bodù mo ríre. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, bá a ṣe ń fojú bodù fá, ire ló máa jẹ́ fún wa, ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ fún wa, ìdùnnú ló máa jẹ́ fún wa, àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Let's wrap up by making our ìwúre. Akọ́dá ayé àṣèbà, àṣèbà àṣẹ̀dá, àṣèbà tí wáyé ọjọ́ o, àṣèbà tí wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbà, àní kíbà wá ṣẹ. Wọ́n ní àdáṣe ní hun ìbà ò gbọ́dọ̀ hun ọmọ ènìyàn. Àwa ò dáṣe lénìí kíbà máa hun wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin tó láyé, ẹ̀yin tó nílẹ̀, ẹ̀yin tó ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ èní, àṣèbà àní kíbà wá ṣẹ. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ àṣèbà, ẹ̀yin arógbá ṣọmábalẹ̀ àṣèbà, ẹ̀yin ọlọ́mú kan tí ń fún gba ọmọ ọlọ́mú àṣèbà, àníkẹ́ fàyè gbà wá, àníkẹ́ yọ́nú sí wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Láti orígun mọ́rìnrin àgbálá ayé, ibi tá a ti ń pè, ibi tá a ti ń bọ Ifá, ibi tá a ti ń dá Ifá, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè kífá máa gbè wá, káwọn alálẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ máa gbè wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire gbogbo ni kó wọlé tọ̀ wá wá o. Àwa ti fojú bodù lénìí, aríre àkúmọ́, àní bá wọn kúkú wọ̀ọ́wọ́, àní rákùfà nílé, àní rí bí ká ti ń gbọ́mọ sí. Àwọn àgbàlagbà ilé wa la máa sìn níbi àgbà ń rè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, àní rí kú èwe. Ẹrù tálábíàmọ́ ìtúpọ̀n níbi wá káwa mọ́lé o níbi gbogbo tá a wà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire, ayọ̀, ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ tèmi àti láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ẹ̀bẹ̀ la bẹ̀yín, ẹ̀yọ́nú yín la bẹ̀rẹ̀ fún pé kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà ráyé ṣe, kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kárílé ayé ṣe, kẹ́ ẹ fàyè gbà wá, kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kọ́nà gbà wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ká má tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀, ká má taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀, ká má bí àwọn tó ń jẹ́ ayé nínú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi gbogbo tá a lọ, ẹ̀yọ́nú Elédùmarè, ẹ̀yọ́nú àwọn ìyá mi, òun la bẹ̀rẹ̀ fún láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kífá wá bá wa ṣe, káwọn aláṣẹkù bá wa ṣe, kífá sọ̀rọ̀ wa dayọ̀, kífá fọ̀nà mọ̀ wá, kífá tó rí wa ṣe níbi tí ò ti sunwọ̀n láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kífá wá gbè wá o, kíṣẹ̀ṣe gbè wá, káwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí kọ́ gbè wá, káwọn ìyá mi ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́ kọ́ gbè wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi tí ọjà ti ń tú, ibi tọ́jà ti ń dàrú níbi gbogbo tá a wà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè kó má tù lórí wa. bá wa mú tiwa kó mú ró kó dúró ṣinṣin délẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Là ń kọ́ ni, ibi iṣẹ́ là ń kọ́ ni, àwọn ọmọ là ń kọ́ ni, gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀, káwọn tó láyé kán bá wa fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀, káwọn tó láyé kán bá wa gbà á, kán bá wa mú lámúṣẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹgbẹ́ ayé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run, aṣemúṣòbúṣò ẹgbẹ́ o, aṣe àkíkà ẹgbẹ́, èmi lọ̀sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́, níbi gbogbo tó bá ti ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́, kí ẹgbẹ́ ayé kẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run gbà, kẹgbẹ́ dúró tì wá, kẹgbẹ́ bá wa ṣe, kẹgbẹ́ kún wa lọ́wọ́ láti ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tá a ní ṣe nílé ayé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ibi tó ti ń porí wa níbi, kẹgbẹ́ wa bá wa, kí ẹgbẹ́ wa kó bá wọn jà níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kẹgbẹ́ dúró tì wá, kẹgbẹ́ ró tì wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ká má rí jà ẹgbẹ́ o, ká má rí jà omi, ká má rí jà àwọn ìyá mi, ká má rí jà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń pè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Níbi tó bá ti wá ń forí èmi àtẹ̀yìn níbi, wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá kérú lérú wọ́tọ̀, kí gbogbo ibi tó ń pè kó máa wọ́ tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n lẹ́ni tó bá dẹrù ọ̀ràn dandan ni kó forí ara ẹ̀ gbé, ẹni tó ń dẹrù ọ̀ràn nítorí èmi àtẹ̀yìn, lórí ọkọ ni, lórí aya ni, lórí ilé ni, lórí ọmọ ni, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn ni kán máa rí wàhálà, àwọn ni kán máa rí dààmú, gbogbo ẹrù ọ̀rọ̀ tó dì kán máa fọwọ́ ara wọn gbé báyìí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní òkúta bá sọ lu ọ̀pẹ lọ̀pẹ ń sọ lu, gbogbo ẹni bá sọ̀kò ìbànújẹ́ nítorí èmi àti ẹ̀yin láṣẹ Èdùmàrè kó máa padà sórí wọn. Orí wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dẹ̀, ìṣẹ̀dá wa ò ní gbàbọ̀dẹ̀. Ibi tó ti ń porí wa níbi, Ọ̀ṣúṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ olóòyè ayọ̀ ládékojú ẹbọra tí ń gbénú omi wá fi bá wọn jà, wá pọnmi dà sínú wọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ògún lákàyè ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀ wá fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn wẹ̀, èṣù láàlú ògiri òkò, àwọn ni kó o lọ ṣe o, má ṣe nìkankan nínú ilé wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire owó, ire ọlá, ire ọlà òun ni kó jẹ́ tiwa. Ajé ògúngúlú sọ oníkísọ bòjì, àtọ̀tún àtòsì, kájé fèrè kókóre wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní ẹran ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ òun lajé ń jẹ lótú ìfẹ́, kára tù wá, kára dẹ̀ wá pẹ̀sẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àádùn ló ní kílé ayé dùn fún wa, iyọ̀ ló ní kémi àti yín láyọ̀, owó ẹyọ ló ní kó máa yọ̀ mọ́ wa látọ̀tún àtòsì láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Afárá oyin ló ní kó máa dùn fún wa, á dùn fún wa kalẹ̀. Dídùn dídùn báyìí là ń bá lé olóyin, ilé olóye nǹkan kò ní kan fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Lórí ọmọ, lórí ọkọ, lórí aya, lórí ẹbí, lórí ará, lórí iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe, níbi gbogbo tá a wà láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ tiwa, àní ṣubú dànù, àní bọ́mọ aráyé fọwọ́ tì ó, àní tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀, àní taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀. Ire ló máa bá wa lódindi báyìí la máa di tiwa bí atare ṣe ń di tiẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Oore ńláńlá tó máa bá wa kalẹ̀ òun l'Elédùmarè máa ṣe fún wa níbi gbogbo tá a bá kọjú sí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí tá a tún ti wí lénìí, àṣẹ ti gùn, arọ̀ ti rọ̀ mọ́, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Torí pé àbálá alágẹmọ máa ń dá, òrìṣà òkè ló ń fàṣẹ sí. A tún ti dábàá lénìí, òrìṣà òkè ti bá wa fàṣẹ sí, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àṣẹ. Títí ọ̀la tá a tún máa pàdé lórí ètò Àṣẹ for Today. Èmi lolóòtú àti olùdarí Ifá College, Iyanifa Ewa, mò ń ṣe. Ire àti ayọ̀ òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa o. Ifá bá wa ṣe, Elédùmarè á bá wa ṣe, àwọn tó ṣàwòkù sẹ́yìn wọn ò ní fi wá sílẹ̀. If you have any questions, if you have any divination to make, just send a message via the WhatsApp number that is on the screen right now. Please, somebody post the WhatsApp number. Let's pin it so that it runs for a minute and we can round up. If you're on YouTube, click on the description box below. Your Ifa name is Ifa Shogo. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ògo yẹn náà lẹ máa máa rí. I hope you know the meaning of Ifa Shogo. Ògo is, what's ògo in Yoruba? Ògo is greatness. Ògo is glory. Yes, Ifá will bring you glory. Ifá will bring you greatness. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, Ifá gbè wá, ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá, àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ wọn á gbè wá. Ògo is glory. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Ifá brings glory. Ifá has done glory. That's what that name means. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, glory yẹn náà ni. They said is the glorious one. Yes, Ifá brings glory and Ifá is the glorious one. And you would experience that in your everyday life. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. Àṣẹ. Who posted the WhatsApp number? Okay, somebody has posted the WhatsApp number. Somebody has posted the WhatsApp number. Okay, let me pin it on the screen right now. All right, let it run for 1 minute. If you are on TikTok, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Ifá Shogo, I appreciate it. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á túnbọ̀ máa bá wa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwígbọ́ àfọ̀ṣẹ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Títí ọ̀la until tomorrow 1 a.m. on the EST, 6 a.m. Nigerian time, 5 a.m. for those of you in Ghana, and those of you in UAE, it will be 9 a.m. We will be back again to delve into another ÌṢÄÉ Ifá. This is the season 2 of Àṣẹ for today. So if you miss any of the previous episodes, just go to the YouTube channel Iyanifa Ewa TV. There's a comment here that is distracting me. Go to the YouTube channel Iyanifa Ewa TV and scroll down, subscribe first of all, turn on notification, scroll down and you will see the previous videos. There is a lot to learn. You need spiritual products, herbal products for your health, divination. Send a message via the WhatsApp number that is pinned on your screen. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀ o, Ifá bá wa ṣe. Àwọn Aláṣẹkù á bá wa ṣe o, àṣẹ. Àlàáfíà to everybody.